girl, listen. Ooh, coffee is made. I literally can smell fall around the corner, girl. It's gloomy outside. It's nice and gloomy outside. Coffee is made, and books have been read, baby. And it's just something about the fall that be wanting me to get back in my book bag. Like literally my book bag, bitch. Fall is like my favorite season to read just some good ass books, and I wanted to start this fall off right with some good reads, because you know what's better than actually reading a book is being able to talk about that book with somebody. Like, who wants to read a book and not kiki about it? And I know, because you're probably thinking like, bitch, why don't you join a book club? I don't know, I'm such a loner. Like, I kind of like doing a lot of stuff by myself, and I like to go to my own pace, to my own flow, read my own type of books that I really like and enjoy. But I am missing that community part of it. Like, just kiki over a book, kiki over a good read. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to be able to talk about these books I read, and where else better to do that than with my YouTube family. My channel is a little bit of everything. It's just everything Bree. Books just give me so much joy. Like, I love a good thriller. I love a good mystery. I love some suspense, you know. I love a good sci-fi. Hopefully I can inspire y'all for those. I know life be lifing, adulting be adulting, and sometimes people just don't have time or can't find the motivation to find time to just sit down and read a fucking book. I get it. I want to be able to inspire y'all to just go out and pick up a good book. And you know, it's fall, bitch. I plan on going to little, you know, cafes, coffee shops with my book and enjoying some good coffee, just a very chill ambiance, and read my book. I love going to a bar, having me a nice cocktail, and bringing my book. And it's like, I just want to share more about what I'm reading. I recently picked up Verity by Colleen Hoover. I started reading it last week and literally was done with this book in 3 days. In 3 days, bitch. There's some people who read a book in a day. I wish I could, and I possibly could have read this book in a day because it was a page turner in a sense. I have to adult, you know, I have things to do. What inspired me to actually get this book was, I hate to say it, I hate to say it, I hate to say it, TikTok actually inspired me to get this book. The reviews were so mixed that I wanted to give it a read myself, and I never tried a Colleen Hoover book, because she do a lot more romance, and I'm not really a romance girl. You know, like I told you, I'm into suspense, I'm into mystery, but this is like one of her, I guess, quote unquote thriller books. So I was like, you know what, I want to give it a read because there's so much talk about it, but the reviews are so mixed that I want to give it a read myself. It's given book and coffee weather, so that's why I decided to, you know, pair this review today with a good coffee. Let me tell you what Verity is about. It's 3 characters in the book. It's Lowen, it's Jeremy, and it's Verity. Lowen is a writer, and she's not really a popular or successful book writer. Sis got eviction notices on her apartment door, baby. They ready to kick her out. She ain't making it off them books. She writing just to be writing, because she ain't making no coin off them books. So Lowen ends up having a big meeting with some publishers for another contract deal. And on her way to this meeting, she meets this guy on the street named Jeremy. And fast forward, when it's time to go to that meeting, of course Jeremy is gonna be the one that's conducting the meeting. When Lowen gets to this meeting, everyone in the room is basically telling her, hey, listen, there is this very popular, successful book writer named Verity. Verity's that girl in these book streets. But the kicker is, she's in a contract to finish this series of books, right? It's like 9 books in the series, and she's only completed 6 so far. Unfortunately, sis got in an accident. She comatose. She like a little vegetable, basically. You know, she ain't feeling well. She ain't doing too good. She can't finish writing them books. She could barely keep her eyes open. She can't function. She can't talk. She can't move. She can't groove. Bedbound, baby. She can't do no writing. Jeremy is Verity's husband, and he basically got to go out in these streets and do this meeting for her because, as I said, Shorty is bedbound. She can't get up out no house. They want Lowen to come in and basically finish the series of the book that Verity started to write. And so they wanted her basically to be the co-writer of this book. Lowen was gonna say no because she's not really good with attention. She don't want to do no, you know, publicity stuff. She don't even want to use her real name on the book. So she was gonna say no. Jeremy was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let her say no. He's like, listen, ask for more money. Ask for some more money. Ask for $500,000. They cutting you short, baby. Per book. Per book. 3 books. $500,000 for each, baby. You need that coin, Lowen. You about to get evicted.
You need that.
Not only that, but Jeremy also suggests that Lowen comes and stay at him and Verity's house for a few weeks so that she can gather up all the research she needs. Verity has like years and years of notes and research, and it's probably best that you just come to our house, stay at our house, so that you can kind of go through those notes, because he's like, listen, I don't know where to start. Basically, the deal was this. Like, how could you pass that up? $500,000 for 3 books. You get to stay in this, you know, nice little mansion and just dig through research. I mean, how can you beat that? So basically she agreed to that. She's like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Jeremy shows her to the office, and now she's supposed to be going through some notes and some research so she can start this series and get up out of there. When she was looking for notes and stuff like that, she came across this autobiography that Verity wrote that nobody was really supposed to see. Lowen starts reading this autobiography of Verity. As she's reading the autobiography, she's realizing Verity ain't who she say she is. And Jeremy don't know this. As Lowen is reading this autobiography, she's just feeling more weird and weird being in that house. Like, she low-key don't want to be there. Like, she loves the fact of being around Jeremy, but it just creeps her out that Verity is upstairs in this bedroom, just a vegetable. Now, y'all already know how these books go. Y'all know Lowen and Jeremy gonna get some things popping. You know they're gonna be flirting here and there. You already know Jeremy about to blow Lowen back out in this book at some point. Y'all already know how that goes. You already know how that goes. That he did. At some point he did, but we ain't there yet. There's different points of the book where Lowen starts to not believe that Verity is even really sick for real, because she starts to see Verity randomly. Stuff will happen in the house that she knows like Verity is the one that's doing it. In one instance, Lowen and Jeremy was making out, and as they was making out, she saw Verity standing on top of the stairs. She's kind of getting to the point like, hold on, bitch. Oh, you can play them, but you ain't gonna play me. That's what the book is about. It's about Lowen reading this autobiography where Verity isn't necessarily who she says she is, and she's conflicted between actually bringing that up to Jeremy and saying something to Jeremy about it. So before we get into like actual spoilers, because I'm gonna let y'all know when the spoilers is about to start spoiling, if you actually want to read the book, I don't want to give it away for y'all, and that way y'all can turn away once I'm done with the intro part of telling you what the book is about. After that part, we're gonna actually kiki about the book. We're gonna talk about the book, and I might give away a few spoilers for those who actually read the book. So if you are still watching this and you don't want to see no spoilers, baby, get up out of here. I think this is a good book for a person who wants to get into mystery and thriller to start with, because it was a page turner. It was an intriguing book, but sometimes intriguing and being a page turner don't necessarily mean it's the best book. It just means that they kept your attention, which is pretty good, but you can still be let down at the end. I took this book to Amber's football game. I was taking this book a little bit of everywhere. I went to the restaurant with this book, had me some cocktails with this book. I was done with this book pretty quick, so I was happy about that. I feel like it was a good starter to my whole little book-a-thon. It won't bore you. You know, it won't bore you. I was drawn into every single chapter. There was chapters that made me sit like, damn. But a little bit of it can be a little bit predictable. And, you know, there's something in it that I wanted more of. I just needed a little bit more. Of course, Jeremy blew Lowen back out while Verity was upstairs. Can't move, supposedly. Can't talk, supposedly. Can't react, supposedly. I feel like it's a sex scene in every freaking chapter. And I feel like a part of it was a little bit unnecessary. Like, the sex scenes were starting to get a bit boring, but it was like, ooh, my next book, after this book I read, I need a good smutty book, okay? I need a good smut read. I need some good nasty, you know, grown. Yeah, she was trying to give a little bit of that throughout the book, but it was just giving very much vanilla. I knew that, you know, Lowen and Jeremy was going to cliche have their little love affair. I wish there was a little bit more of a character development in this story. Like, we got a little bit about Verity and the type of person she was or was not. This book is being told by Lowen's point of view, and I just feel like we don't really, I don't feel like I just know much about Lowen. And the things that we do know about her is like irrelevant. Like, the only thing they really talk about in this book is that her and her mom don't get along. And there's really no deep rooted, like, there's nothing to go off on that. Like, it doesn't matter in the story. And that she sleepwalks. And the sleepwalking, to me, it didn't fit. Like, it didn't make sense. It wasn't something that I feel like mattered in the story, that she sleepwalks. Like, at some point of the story, she sleepwalks and she ends up in bed with Verity. Other than that, like, I don't know. I just feel like that didn't necessarily have to be in the book. Yeah, like, I just wish I knew a little bit more about Lowen. Lowen was still like a block character to me. Like, I really like the fact that Jeremy liked Lowen as much as he liked Lowen. There was nothing about Lowen that gave me like she's likable. Like, there's nothing about her that was like, ooh, I get why he would like her. Lowen was blah to me. There wasn't much to Lowen to me. She was very stale. She was giving salt and pepper and that's it, baby. She was giving salt and pepper on the chicken and that's it. Like, Jeremy, they painted him to be kind of like this soft ass, romantic as, just blah character as well. Like, there was nothing about him outside of the fact that he was like nice and like this sweet guy. There was really nothing about him that like tickled my fancy either. They both was just blah. I don't know. Like, I just felt like he was just a little sex toy. You gonna dig a bitch down. Supposedly, but that's all I know about him. He's nice, he's sweet, and he gon' fuck, you know? That's all I know about him. And then it's like, you really don't know that much about Verity, because at the end of the book you realize everything that Verity wrote in her autobiography was supposed to be not true. It was supposed to be just an exercise. Now, whether you choose to believe that or not is up to you, because that's how they leave the ending very open for you to make your own choice. Like, was this autobiography the real Verity? Is this what really happened in this autobiography that she wrote? Is this really who she is? Or was it just an exercise and she's really not like that at all? She's literally opposite from that monster she created of herself in this autobiography. Because in that autobiography, she was the villain. She was unlikable. Like, she was unlikable through this whole fucking book. At the end, she was still unlikable. Like, she was just unlikable. The ending of it was a little lazy for me, you know? Like, it was a little bit like, I gotta find a way to make this whole book dramatic just for it to get to the end and it'd be like something so simple like, oh, my bad, that autobiography wasn't really a real autobiography. It was just a writing exercise. Like, that just seemed so lazy to me. That's the only thing, you know? For some people, this shit was a shit. Now, let me give it a rating. What I would say is I will give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like I said, it's a page turner, and I think that makes it good in its own. The fact that I didn't get bored. It's not a slow burn. It gets right to the point. You don't have to read 6, 7, 8 chapters just to get to the juice, to the meat of it all. Like, from the beginning to the end, you're gonna be intrigued, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm reading a book and I get to like chapter fucking 4 and I'm bored as hell, it's gonna go on my DNF. Do not finish, baby. It will go on that, because the last thing I'm gonna do, the last thing Brie gonna do is torture herself by reading a book that's just not giving me what I needed to give me. I needed to get right to it. I don't need no long, drawn out situation. Get right to it. Give it to me nice and slow, but make it exciting from beginning to end, from the rooter to the tutor. That's what I need you to do. That's what a book needs to do for me. The fact that I was able to, like, the fact that I wanted to pick this up and take this places with me says that, you know, there's some good to this book. If you're not into mystery, if you're not into suspense, if you're not into thriller and you're just getting into that genre, this is a good book to actually start with, because you're gonna keep turning it. You're gonna want to read it. It's a good read in terms of intriguing, you know. I'll give it that. I'll give you that, Colleen. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sure I have a better structural way of doing this a little bit later, because I want to try my best not to give y'all spoilers. This is our first video, so cut me a little bit of slack. We'll get better at it. The vibe will be vibing a lot more. I just wanted to get this video out the way because I'm already reading another book, and I wanted to get all my thoughts out about Verity. So if you haven't read Verity yet, go ahead and get it. And now we're on And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I cannot wait to talk to y'all about this book. I have some shit to say already. Get y'all read on. It's time for fall. It's time for coziness. It's time for good reads. It's time for being in the house. It's time for all that shit. It's time for coffee shop visits. It's time for solitude, being present, putting your phone down a little bit and just taking time to go on like a little mini vacation, like a mini mental vacation into somebody else's drama and into their life, because bitch, I'm nosy. So yeah, love you guys down, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Bye.